Welcome back to episode 32 of our Ocarina of Time walkthrough. In this episode, we will go fishing for the biggest fish in the pond and discover that they're not quite the size that they were in the past. Then we'll use the prize we were given to see what it will do. So here we learn that we were this guy's only customer. Apparently nobody else is showing up, maybe because he's in a place that you can't ever get to. There's no water in Lake Hylia now, and really no way to get to the fishing pond other than to ride a magic bean and our hook shot to get up here. So not really surprising, but he's almost out of business. But anyway, we should back up and we'll pay money to go fishing again. So go and grab your fishing pole and we'll go to find the biggest fish in the pond, which is pretty much in the same place that he was when we were a kid, only now he's a little bit bigger. So right about where that rock is right there. And then he's going to be out almost where Navi is flying to, right by that big log. So go and cast your rod and reel up, and then I use the analog stick to move back and forth, and there is the biggest fish in the pond. So he sees my thing and he kind of goes after it, but then another fish right there that wasn't quite the biggest fish in the pond, maybe the second or third biggest one, he happens to jump up and bite it. So now you're kind of stuck with it. So now we're fighting and trying to reel him in, and we'll try to pull him all the way in. Now remember, when fishing, you'll push B to cast, then push A and down at the same time in order to hook the fish as soon as he bites, and then keep holding down A to reel him in. Do not let go of A. Anyway, we caught a fish here, 8 pounds, so we're going to let him go because he is not the biggest fish in the pond. So we're going to cast in the same direction again by pushing B to cast, and then I just move the analog stick back and forth, and I don't see the biggest fish in the lake. So we're going to wait for him to bite the hook. Hopefully he does. And he doesn't do it. So anyway, I go ahead and push B again and reel it all the way back in. Move over a little bit to the left, and we'll try it one more time. So go ahead and cast here. Again, press B to cast, and then use a combination of A and wiggling back and forth. So there's the biggest fish right there on the right. And hopefully we can attract him this time. He's coming for it, he's coming for it. He's coming for it. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Maybe, I don't know. There we go. Press A and down to hook him as soon as he bites, and then don't release A. Just keep pressing A, and he's a monster. He's big, so we're having a hard time reeling him in. But just keep at it. You can move the analog stick to the left and right, and then hold down A. Just keep holding down A. This guy is really a fighter. He will keep fighting, jumping in and out of the water, moving around any way he can to get off that hook. So you have to be quite patient and just keep holding down A and trying to reel him in. It may actually take a few minutes to get him up to the shore. Alright, wow, this is a real lunker. Let's see, it weighs 19 pounds. Do you want to keep it? Absolutely. say yes. And we have caught the biggest fish in the lake, which was quite a battle, and he has grown quite a bit since we left 7 years ago and caught that 11-pounder that is in the tank now. So let's see what this guy thinks about our 19-pound fish. Alright, we just acquired the golden skill as our prize, and now we can dive much deeper than what we could before. Alright, you may have noticed the fisherman keeps scratching his head, and over the past 7 years he's gone bald. So, if you cast your hook, you can actually catch his hat. It has to be cast exactly in the right spot, right about where I'm standing, and then you can hook it, and he'll say, "What are you doing to me?" And run up and talk to him. And now he's bald, and you can see he's bald, and, "Hey, what are you doing? I told you not to do that. You're terrible." "Seriously? Give me my hat back." So now you can either give it back to him and be kind-hearted and nice, or you can be not so nice and toss it in the water, in which case he'll find you 50 rubies, and every time you come back after that, he'll be bald. So anyway, before we can actually leave now, we'll have to quit, so you can't run out with a fishing rod. Alright, now that we've acquired the silver skill, there's a few items that we can grab with it. Our first objective is to run back to the Lakeside Laboratory, which is the building that we got the piece of heart from, and we'll meet Dr. Mazzulli inside. Alright, up to this point, we haven't met the old lady from the potion shop yet, but she's over there in Kakariko Village. Anyway, we can go ahead and jump into the water, and you'll notice a measuring device of tape on the wall there. So now that we have the golden skill, we can dive all the way down and touch the bottom. And you'll hear the sound to tell you that you've done something good. So run back over and talk again to Dr. Mazzulli, who's been watching us dive. And due to our fantastic diving, Dr. Mazzulli will present us with heart piece number 22. Alright, one more thing to do in this episode, and we're going to use our golden skill one more time to show you a piece of heart in Hyrule Field that we can go and grab. So we'll hop on Epona and go ahead and ride out to Hyrule Field again. So after jumping these two fences, this piece of heart is located up to the west of the castle by a big tree, which is over there by itself. Alright, if you see that big tree there right in front of us, that is the tree that we're going for. Place a bomb just to the east of the tree. Make sure you poke Epona so she's not right next to where you bomb. That way we don't hurt our old girl. This piece of heart can also be grabbed later using the iron boots. So after coming down here, we have a Tit-Tite that we have to deal with. And so what I did was just jump in the water to get him to start coming towards me so he doesn't attack me after I get in there, and lure him to shore right now. Alright, after that, you can see a piece of heart right down in the middle of this giant pool. So with the golden skill or with the iron boots, you can get low enough to go ahead and grab it. And we'll collect heart piece number 23. Alright, well, thank you for joining me. Please join me again for episode 33, where we will head to the Forest Temple.